exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. You've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell. Give us a call or visit our website today.
You're listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
Coach Barnett and the Mexia Black Cats. Brought to you by Wood Life Insurance, Greer Time Media, Napa Auto Parts, Joe Fridays, and Greer Mobile Detail. Come back in a few minutes. We'll talk to Coach Barnett as they prepare for the playoff run and get to know some of your Black Cats if you don't know them yet. So come back in about 10-15 minutes and we're going to get the show kicked off and live.
We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our client's initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today. We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our client's initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.
You're listening to Mexia Sports Network. Tonight's game is brought to you by Greer Time Media, Posey Napa Auto Part, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, Mookie's Mesquite Patch Barbecue, Woodman Life Insurance, and Joe Fridays.
Welcome to the Coach Barnett Show with your 2020 4A Region 3 District 19 champs, Mexia Black Cats. Congratulations, Coach, on your successful season this year.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk a little bit about Tuesday's game. One thing that I saw on the court was, besides total dominations by the Black Cats, a lot of teams, a lot of young teams, a lot of young high school teams, when they get a big score like that, they could seem to be arrogant and joking around. What I saw was humbleness from the Black Cats, the boys having fun and continuing just to strive to improve during that game. Can you talk a little bit about what made that game so dominant?
Well, every game we're trying to get a little bit better every single day. That was our goal, and we were a little upset with ourselves how we performed the previous game. So it didn't matter what the score was, who we're playing. The only thing mattered was we are playing. So we're expected to perform every single game. That's all we're trying to do. So it didn't matter our opponent. It was a faceless opponent. Our job was to get better that day, and I think we did. We weren't worried about the score. We were worried about, are we improving, are we getting ready for playoffs? And I think we got better out of that game. Good,
yes. One number I do want to throw at you is 37.62. That's an average of what you beat your district opponents at this year. Explain the dominance in not just scoring a lot of points, but being able to keep a defense performing at an all-time high this year, besides from what happened last year.
Yes, so I think the number's a little bit skewed because of that last game. I think our district was a lot more competitive than what that number shows. But, yes, we're going to play fast. That's what we do. We run and gun. We're going to get after you pretty good on defense. And I think our numbers were that way because we push the tempo, and we also play very unselfishly. We had 5 guys on the court that don't really care who's scoring at the time. We're going to move the ball. We're going to move each other around, and we're going to try to free up somebody. And luckily enough, we got enough scores on the team that somebody's going to be hot that day. Now, all 5 are expected to play defense, and that's what we do very well. We communicate. We play very unselfishly on defense. We'll take charges. We'll do what we have to do. We'll trap, and we're going to come at you in different ways. So if something's not working, we have other presses. We have other defense that we can go to. So we have multiple looks, and we're going to come at you and attack you in different ways.
Right. And I understand that, you said that number is kind of construed because of the last game. But going 10-0 in district play,
I think it was 8, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 8-0 in district play. It's hard to go undefeated in district period, no matter what district you're in. Was it because your boys stayed humble all throughout the season, or was it because y'all were just so much better than the rest of the district? Which we always know that against Palestine and Madisonville and Fairfield, they're great competitive, but they're just domination this year. Just by looking at the numbers, anyone that just looks at those numbers, they're like, wow, what was the major difference in the change from last year's team up to this year's team?
I would say definitely probably not that last year's team there's anything wrong with it. I think that we have better ball movement, and it's just more unselfishness on the team. You got senior leadership, where the guys are taking charge. There's been several times this year where I've called a timeout, and I'm getting ready to say something, and then Jaden jumps in, and he starts saying, we need to do this, we got to do this, hey, we got to pick this up. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, he's right. So when I don't have to speak and he's taking over like that, that shows you the right direction. That shows you the leadership, because leadership doesn't know age. It knows character. And I think our team is high on character, which goes back to last night's performance, or Tuesday's performance, where, yes, the score was getting a little bit out of hand, but we stayed humble and we stayed true to our mission, which was to get better that day.
And that's one thing I like to do whenever I'm watching a basketball game, which I was only able to make 2 basketball games. Guys, I'm sorry. Y'all know I love watching y'all play. But I watched the reactions between the players and the coaches. And one thing that I saw was when Jaden was bringing the ball up, no matter what the score was, it was steady communication. And me as a youth coach coming up, I understand, yes, I have a great outcome of what I want to do, but sometimes our players do come up with a better idea of what might help us. Does that communication come throughout all the players, or do you just expect that from
Yes,
your
no,
point
that
guards?
communication can come from anybody. Definitely at halftime, one thing I make sure I always do, I say, what do you guys got? What are you guys seeing out there? But Jaden, it comes from a lot. You saw it in football season. How many times did he run over to the sideline and he'd say something to us real quick? And most of the time, whatever play he called went for a touchdown. Same thing in basketball. He'll come over and he'll say something he's seeing, and I'll agree with it or I like it, and we'll go from there. But there's constant communication, but it can come from anybody. You see it from Jaden more because he's our primary ball handler, but it does come from everywhere. I think JB and Prince and Lamarian came up with a play at halftime against Rusk that we designed. So the communication's from everybody.
And one thing I saw from JB, I don't know how you did it. You were so far out past the arc.
Oh, boy.
And just popping the threes like it was just water going through a faucet. Okay. I understand that threes are big in a game.
Yes, sir.
But as a team, what do y'all rely on when your 3-point percentage might be down during that game?
Really, we try to get something easy, see the ball go in the rim, so we can get our flow back going, and we'll just try to get an easy bucket right off of that. Like if we ain't making none of our shots, get a little easy bucket, run the play, get a little easy bucket real quick.
Cool, that's good. Now, we do have the playoffs coming up, and y'all are playing number 3 team Center. They finished third in District 24A. Okay, the record's not as good as y'all's, which Coach Barnett did correct me. It's 21-5. I
Yeah.
had it at 23-4. I made a misprint.
I wish.
But we know that once regular season is done and playoff season hits, what are y'all going to change your approach to the game per each team that you might face, or is your approach to the games going to be the same way it was during district?
Well, I mean, when you get to playoffs, your record really doesn't mean a whole lot because everybody in playoffs is good at this point. It doesn't matter. Your ranking, yeah, that looks great on paper, but essentially it doesn't matter because you're here, one and done. If you lose, you're out. So are we going to change our approach? No, we don't look at it necessarily as that. We're going to be us. We're going to be us to essentially. They have to play us, and they have to stop us at what we do best. Now, will we adjust? Yes, we'll have mini adjustments, micro adjustments, but we're not going to change what we do. We're going to go with what got us here and what's been successful. To me, that'd be foolish for us to throw it out the window.
Right. I agree 100%. Now, one thing that I want to discuss, and I heard you make the comment Tuesday night. I promise we practiced free throw. Our free throw percentage Tuesday night really wasn't that well. I think
No.
towards the end of the game, Prince hit 4 in a row at the foul line. How important is that percentage, which a lot of people don't look at free throw as a major factor in a game, but at the end of the game, if you lose by 2 or win by 2, a lot of it has to do with your free throw percentage. How important is it going to be between now and Tuesday before you play Center to see what adjustments you can make?
Well, yeah, free throw percentage is always going to come down. What we try to do is we try to make more free throws than our opponent even attempts. So that means we're getting to the line. We're putting them in foul trouble. Now, against Fairfield, against Palestine, when the games were a lot closer, we went 16 for 20. I think we were 9 for 20 against Rusk. So we shot below 50%. We actually made more three-pointers than we did free throws, which is not a good thing. So we got to get that facts. We do it every single day in practice. I try to challenge them in different ways. I try to stress them when they're tired, put pressure on them in different ways. And that was unlike us to shoot that poor. But luckily we shot the ball pretty well from three-point line. But yes, when the game's on the line, you got to get to the free throw line. That's what fourth quarter. You got to get to the line, especially in crunch time. You got to put pressure on the defense. Make the refs call them. And you got to put pressure on the other guys too. If their starters foul out, if their bench is coming in, how good is that guy off the bench? He's probably there for a reason. So that's what we want to do. We want to make more free throws than our opponent even attempts.
Right. And now, Jaden, this question is going to be for you. As the captain of the team, what's the pressure like for you to get your team motivated, or is there hardly any motivation that has to be given because y'all mesh so well together before a game begins?
I don't think I have to motivate these guys. We all come ready to play. Sometimes we're slacking. That's when I come in. That's when me and JB comes in, and we try to motivate them. But other than that, we all come ready to play, and that's just that.
Cool. Now, one thing that is very important during the playoffs is your post game. Dawson's 6'3", and Evans 6'2" ish.
Might be generous there. Sorry, Evan.
I saw they play very physical down there.
Yes.
But you know that with physicalness in basketball also comes foul trouble. If your big men get into foul trouble, what game will y'all move to? Y'all move to two forwards down low? Will you concentrate more on hitting the 15 to 17 foot out shots? How would y'all go about playing that?
Well, I mean, we've been in foul trouble quite a bit this year because that comes with playing aggressive style of defense. You got to be willing to give up a certain amount of fouls. That's just going to happen. But no, we don't really – offensively, we don't rely on a low post game. We don't really have very many players above 6'1". So, we like to extend our posts out a little bit to the elbow, or three-point line extended. We like to make their bigs come out and guard us because if you don't want to guard us, number one down there is going to shoot the lights out the gym. And then so we like to beat you and attack you in different ways. Defensively, we all five are guarding the ball. So we move and we communicate very well that if you try to pick and roll us, if you try to take advantage of us, we have tactics in order to defend that. No matter if I have two posts in the game or I have five guards in the game, we have ways to defeat that. But our style of play is not to bang it down low. We don't have a Shaquille O'Neal, and that's okay. It's worked for us, what we've done. But we're gonna remove those bigs out a little bit and see if they can guard. And if they want to come out there and guard, then our guys are going to try to drive right by them, or we're going to move things around, backdoor them. But that's really where we come at them. So we're not too worried. If we get in foul, we've been in foul trouble quite a bit this year, and we've been able to overcome it.
Now, have you been able to see any film on center? Watching film, what have you noticed that is going to be more of importance during the game that you concentrate on outside of the teams that you have played in district?
I think when you get into playoff games, everybody's looking at film and strategizing. You got, different game plans, so they're going to try to take our transition game away. So we have to be better when it's 5-on-5. Whether they're running their 1-3-1 at us or they're trying to play us man. Not too many teams have played us man in district. I can probably count on one hand how many quarters people have actually tried to play man-to-man defense against us. So if they try to play man-to-man, we'll be ready for that. But we have to be great at our 5-on-5 game, whether that's against a 2-3 zone, 1-3-1, or if it's against man-to-man defense. That's where we got to be better because I assume that's what they're going to try to do to take away. They're going to try to take away our transition.
Yeah, and that's one thing I saw the other night was y'all's defense was just so dominant and quick. And if they stutter step one bit, I mean, it's easy for y'all to get around and dish. And that's one thing that I saw real well was y'all dished the ball to each other real well. There wasn't one player that was just trying to hit every shot and throw I don't know what the signs are these days whenever we hit a three. But one thing that I love
JB could probably show you.
Go ahead and show me. What do you do?
Come tomorrow night to the game. You'll see it.
There you go. There you go. I'd love. I think one thing I took away from it was y'all's humbleness. Y'all respected the game of basketball. There was a hard foul there on Miller there towards the end, but I saw it, and the defender did go up with him to try to defend the ball, but instead of getting upset that one of your teammates hit the floor hard, y'all stayed humble throughout the whole game, and that's one thing that I love to see with these young, awesome players. Just sure that you respect your community, you respect the game of basketball or whatever game you're playing, and just bring a good outcome for whoever's watching you. Okay, and I understand that against Manor, that's probably y'all's worst defeat this year. It wasn't too good. But how did you keep your team focused after a big loss like that, saying, hey, guys, it's the beginning of the season. We got things to fix. Let's go fix them.
I told them, guys, we've had 5 days to a tournament. That team was, I think, number 7 in the state for 5A. They've been playing year-round. That most of their guys didn't play football. Every single one of our guys played football. So I wasn't really too worried about score. Again, scoreboard determine our effort. It should never determine our effort. Our job is to get better every single day. So there's things we can learn from that. There's things we can learn from Rusk. I mean, you're looking at total opposite games, but every opportunity is a learning experience, and that's all we were trying to do at the time. I wasn't too worried about who we lost to. Is what can we learn from this? What can we get better at from that?
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we have some personal questions that we'd like to ask some of the young Black Cats. That way you can kind of get to know them. And Friday night, don't forget, here in Mexia at 7 o'clock, Grandview, the number 15 in 3A is going to come and be a great competition for the Black Cats to get prepared for the playoffs. So y'all make sure you come out Friday night. But we'll be right back with more of the Coach Barnett.
We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our client's initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.
All right, welcome back to the Coach Barnett Show, brought to you by Greer Time Media, Wood Life Insurance, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, and Joe Fridays. Now, we're going to get to know our Black Cats a little bit. I told them I've got a couple of questions I want to ask them. They're not too hard, but those of us who may be watching or might be watching later, if you don't know our Black Cats, is a great young group of men. I've known 2 of these guys their whole time, ever since they was 4 years old, and Mr. Prince, we got to coach him his 8th grade year in 707, and he was going to be an awesome athlete and a great addition to the Black Cats, no matter what sport it was. But Prince, the first question I want to ask you: why do you like basketball?
Well, I just my whole life, I just grew love to the game. Going out there competing against everybody, showing I'm trying to be the best at what I do.
Jaden, what about you? Why do you like basketball so much?
I just been playing my whole life. It's just fun playing with my friends, playing with my brothers. My whole life I've been playing with those guys and competing against them. So, it's fun. It's just a fun sport.
Yes, I remember whenever JR was playing Little Dribblers, we played against y'all. I think one of the most memorable games that we ever had was, I think we were in the 7 and 8 year old group, and it was coming down to the end of the game, and Tory Hoover, who's not going to this school anymore, he hit.
Yeah, that's just me.
So
I think I'll
it
eat a
helps you get
Reese's.
crunk.
Yeah, I think I'll eat a Reese's before the game also. Yeah.
Jaden, what is your fondest memory of this past season?
You know, this past season, you know, practice, bus rides, locker room, we had a lot of fun while we were winning. And you know, when you're winning and you're having fun, it just makes the game, you know, better.
Now I saw that there were 4 seniors that are graduating this year from the basketball team. What are your seniors bringing to the underclassmen that's going to help them be effective to carry on the winning tradition of the Black Cats?
Well, it goes a little bit what Jaden said is, you know, the ability to not necessarily think it's too big of a moment for you, you know, to relax and cut up and have fun. And it's okay to not take yourself so serious, but also they've been there before. You know, last year experience, like Dawson and Evan, they haven't played basketball up until this year. And, you know, they came out, and if you've seen them from day one to now, they've taken tremendous strides. So, you know, Jaden, JB, even Lamarian has taken those guys under their wing and kind of showed them the game, that type of leadership, because they played for so long and played together for so long, and also they've been there before. That's huge because there's things that I can't say. You know, there's things where sometimes my voice may fall on deaf ears, but when it's coming from a teammate, that's different. When Jaden's getting on to you, now it got real, right. You know. And also, these guys know to have fun, but they also know wins win. Like, wins to cut it out, when it's time to get serious. So we never let the moment get too big for us. If you look at JB, there's about 4 or 5 games where he hit a big shot when it mattered most. He's not afraid of the big shot. So when you got guys on the team like that are fearless, it's going to trickle down. That type of leadership trickles down. And I know for Prince, and he could probably speak on it better, he came from 8th grade. He didn't play last year because of an injury. So he went from 8th grade to varsity. So he made a big jump. And I think these guys made it easier on him, taking some off his plate and also teaching him the game.
Well, that's one thing that I'm not going to discuss tonight is injuries, because I don't want to give any secrets away, you know. But one thing we'll ask, Prince, what advice would you give to someone who wants to play basketball?
I'll give them, like, you just gotta work hard and perfect your craft at what you do, especially defense. Like, I ain't gonna lie, coming in here, I didn't have no defense, you know. Coach Barnett used to get on me every day about defense.
That was in football season.
Literally. I remember the first day of practice, he was on me like it wasn't like white on rice. So, you know, just perfect your craft at what you do on basketball. It could be either just rebounding, scoring, defense. You know, everybody has their part in what they do. So that's how I do it right there.
Great answer.
It is a good answer. Now, JB and Jaden, I want y'all both to answer this question. What do you think you personally have improved on this season in your game?
Really, I proved on, like, being a leader and, like, playing as a team. We all play as a team together, and just being a leader on the team. And really, we, like, created a great family since football season, and we carried it on to basketball. We've been me and Jayden was captains in football too, so we carried that on to basketball too. And I think I just became a good leader and just being positive to my teammates, so I won't let them down. If everything going downhill, we just go ride the roller coaster and just find our way to get ourselves back up. And once we get the energy back up, then it's go get a little ugly. Yeah.
Now, Jaden, same thing to you. What do you feel that you personally have improved within your game?
You know, last year, I'm going back to last year. Last year, I seen a lot. I seen what it takes to win. I seen what it takes to lose. You know, last year we didn't have a lot of leadership. So like JB said, I say leadership. My biggest role on the team, like I said, was defense, distributing the ball around, making sure the plays ran right. You know, when the game is over, I'm trying to stall, get everybody in the right place at the right time. That's just my biggest thing is leadership. Like he said, we were captains. We're carrying on the basketball. We're just trying to make sure that we do what we do to come out to win.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a positive question, then I'm gonna go to kind of a negative question. Nothing too bad. What advice has your basketball coach, just your basketball coach, given you that might stand out to you personally outside of all the other coaches? That means football coaches, or if you're running track, your track coaches. What advice has Coach Barnett given you that you feel you're going to be able to carry outside of high school?
You know, every day, every day you don't want to practice sometimes. Like you said, sometimes you don't want to go to work, but you got to go to work to provide for your family and all that type of stuff. He just gives us that type of vibe, that type of I don't know how to say it, that type of charisma. He does that for us, and he just tells me like everything isn't going to be perfect every day, every time you're gonna do something. He just gives us that type of stuff.
What about you, JB? You want to answer that question?
Yeah, see, he give us like great advice to like carry on to be a man in life. See, he our basketball coach, but he go also give us advice so we can be good in life and know how to take care of kids when we have them and our wife and all that. So he just don't give us good advice for basketball. He also give us good advice so we can carry on into our life and be a good man and know what to do.
And that's one thing that I always took out of when I coached. A good coach is always a great inspirer. And so, and I see that coming from Coach Barnett. Now, the negative question I was talking about. What do you think about when you have to be benched? It doesn't matter if it's foul trouble or you're probably getting upset in a game and Coach Barnett's in that and he's like, hey, you need to sit down for about 3 or 4 minutes to chill out. What do you feel whenever you have to sit down outside of being tired?
See, when I have to be sit down, like something that's like going wrong, feel like I kind of hurt my team a little bit, but I also just get in that little chill moment, and you just can't let things like that mess up your game because you still got a lot of game to play left. And if you let that let down your game, then the whole game go be ugly. But if you go ahead and get that out the way, if you having a bad game, coach hit you, you just gonna have to forget about it and cheer on your teammates. That's when the leadership come in hand and all that. You just can't keep on being negative to your teammates and just keep having a bad game. You just got to forget about it and go on to the next play because things ain't going to always be good in the game. It's going to be ugly. You going to have a good run. You just can't get too excited but still have energy, and things going to get ugly. You just can't get too down to yourself and to your teammates. Right. So that's really what I think.
Amen, brother. I like that. Now, Jaden, I'm going to ask you this question. Then, Prince, I'm going to ask you the next question. Jaden, how do you channel your frustration when the referee's decision? The '90s Bulls. Yeah. You saw Jordan really upped Pippen's game, and then once Jordan retired for that year, Pippen was still good, but you could tell that the mesh together was gone. And then when Jordan came back, of course, they won 3 more championships. So, I mean,
you see, I wasn't allowed to see that. I wish I was allowed to see it, but watching YouTube and past games that came on, I think Kobe made them better.
Yeah. When you're like 7 foot forever, 400 something pounds, I mean, you might be a big man, but one thing that Shaq couldn't do was hit them free throws. Oh. But that's something we will do whenever we play center. All right. One more question. Prince, did you answer that question? Okay. Okay.
JB didn't go.
Yeah, that's right.
JB ain't go.
That's right, JB. I'm sorry, JB. My bad, man.
You good. You know it. He already know me. Russell Westbrook, man. That's my favorite player.
Wow.
I think just like him.
Haha. Cause we kind of like play alike a little bit.
I thought you were gonna say y'all look like.
Yeah, they look alike too. They both ugly.
Nah, negative. Can never be. Yeah, I think we both play alike, and he just have that energy. have that energy on the court and how he be celebrating with his teammates. And that's really like how I got it from. That's where I got it from, really, Russell Westbrook, because he just carry on the game and just keep his team into the game and all that, and just have all that energy, and that's where I got it from.
Yeah, mine was, I got to go back to the early 90s, Christian Laettner. I loved watching.
Blue Devils, baby.
Yes.
Shout out. Let's go.
I love Christian Laettner because he went all out, you know, and that's what I see with this team, you know. He loved his basketball team, even though Hurley would get on his nerves sometimes. I think they would get on each other's nerves sometimes. But as a family, sometimes we tend to probably get on each other's nerves, but in the end, we all come together and fight for that one strive. Now, I understand that the ultimate goal this year is to win a state championship. Outside of that goal, what goals in life do y'all three have set? And Prince, you might not have a total goal set yet, being the younger of the three, but school's almost done for these two young men right here. What goals outside of playing past basketball and baseball and running track do you have set outside of high school?
For one, it would just be to be successful in whatever it is that I do.
True.
I want to be successful, and I'm going to work for it, and that's just that.
If you're not able to become the next Kobe Bryant or Deion Sanders, who played football and baseball,
Side plug.
what would you like to do outside of sports?
I think I want to carry my knowledge on to sports and give off what I know to younger kids.
Coaching.
Coach, yeah.
Same.
I think both of y'all would be great coaches.
Yes,
Even
sir.
if you were able to advance your career past college, you know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be
That's the
very
goal,
nice.
but like that, it's a little percentage. Everybody don't go, so you gotta have that backup plan.
Right.
Yeah.
True that. Well, that's all the questions I have for these young Black Cats tonight. Y'all make sure that y'all come out Friday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, come
Grandview.
come
the
support,
District
come support.
17 3A champs will be here for a warm-up game to get our Black Cats ready for February 25th, Tuesday at Tyler Junior College at 7 o'clock. Our 2024A 19 District champs will be playing center that night. So y'all come on out. I want to thank Coach Barnett, Jaden, Prince, and JB for joining us tonight. This show was brought to you by Woodman Life, Greer Time Media, Greer and Greer Mobile Detail, and Joe Fridays. And we will see y'all next time. Thank y'all very much.
Yes, sir.
We are Greer Time Media. We offer an array of video production services for corporate, commercial, and entertainment clients within the Tri-County area. We nurture our clients' initial idea through all the stages of development and production to final delivery. Greer Time Media Management Team has a world class of experts in the videography industry. This enables us to provide a number of premium production services, including sport highlights, Sweet 15s and 16s, weddings, live event coverage, community news, exhibitions, and any other special event that wants to be captured. If you've got a product to launch, an image to build, a vision to share, or a story to tell, give us a call or visit our website today.